Business Ethics by Lucine, Michael, and Timothy. Business ethics is the study of appropriate business policies and practices regarding potential controversial subjects, including corporate governances, insider trading, bribery, discrimination, corporate social responsibility, and fiduciary responsibility. Transparency is the reason for trust between a firm and financial backers, clients, accomplices, and workers. Being transparent means being fair, open when speaking with partners about an issue identified with the business. Integrity means closing any holes between your goals and activities, guaranteeing your cooperation with clients, representatives, providers, financial bankers, and controllers are lined up with your expressed points and reason. Lastly, ensuring that you generally act in upstanding way. Trustworthiness implies that people in your association act ethically because it's the proper thing to do, not on the grounds that it will make individuals trust them once more that it is if they did something to become untrustworthy. Equality means equal open positions and reasonableness for workers and occupation candidates. You should not treat individuals unreasonably in light of reasons ensured by separation laws.
There are a number of benefits of practicing good business ethics, one of which has to do with the positive effects that occur with the workforce. Most employees would prefer to work for a company or organization that practiced high ethical standards. Practicing high ethical standards would increase employee retention, recruitment, and productivity. Another benefit is that a properly implemented ethics program can reduce profit loss due to employee fraud. For instance, in 2018, the global study on occupational fraud and abuse determined that at least 1 million in losses occurred in 22% of the cases that they studied. Another positive effect of practicing good business ethics is the effect that it has with your business partners. Besides customers, companies and organizations engage with a variety of partners and vendors. These partner relationships are built ultimately on a foundation of trust that comes from practicing good ethical standards. Without this trust, these relationships can erode and ultimately damage the reputation of the business and its future prospects in its industry. Consumers are no longer just concerned with price and product. Consumers now expect businesses to behave in a socially responsible way, such as meeting environmental goals. Behaving ethically is key to meeting these consumer standards. Customers who prioritize socially responsible business behavior are more likely to engage with the business that behaves in such a manner rather than one who does not. Ultimately, business ethics affect the bottom line of any company. In the short term, unethical business practices have the potential to increase profits. However, in the long run, unethical business practices increase the possibility of long-term profit loss. It is in a business's long-term self-interest to behave in an ethical manner.
Hi, in my presentation I will talk about the components of fraud and enforcing ethics. The components of fraud triangle are: opportunity refers to circumstances that allow fraud to occur; pressure or incentive, the intent to do the fraud; and rationalization refers to an individual's justification to commit fraud. Dealing with fraud. Better to prevent than to lose. There are numbers of strategies for fraud prevention. It's important to focus on prevention as it is less expensive. Time fraud discovered, usually the money is often gone. Observing and listening. Fraud perpetrators often display behavioral traits that can indicate the intention to commit fraud. Reducing likelihood of fraud includes increase of awareness of employees regarding the fraud risk policy, including consequences. Implementation of internal control to protect the company's assets. It's important to keep a full track on the company's documents like checks, invoices, and always ask for professional help when needed, like certified fraud examiners. Major economic scandals, well known Enron, is a bankruptcy of the U.S. Energy. Enron scandal also led to dissolution of one of the biggest auditing companies. The next is WorldCom, telecommunication company. In 2002, investigation revealed capitalization of more than 11 billion of operating expenses. And the biggest business scandal of 2020 is Wells Fargo. The bank had created more than 2 million fake accounts. And then in 2020, in February, the bank agreed to pay $3 billion to resolve federal criminal and civil investigations of the scandal. These all economic scandals generated important legislation. Among them are Sarbanes-Oxley and Dodd-Frank Acts. These measures impose penalties and, of course, restore public confidence in the financial system. For the conclusion, I would say business ethics is important because it can improve profitability. A well-implemented ethics program can also reduce losses. Thank you for the great teamwork.